Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 406. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with David. What's up, David?
Hey!
What's up, Lisa, my sister?
Hi.
What's up, Mike D?
Well, since my companion Connor's not here, I'll have to say it for him. Shit!
That's right. All right, so me and my sister were talking about Billy Piper off air, and she had some things she had to say along the lines. What?
He's a man. How could you find her attractive? I don't even know.
Billy Piper's a man? She's not. She's awesome.
A man.
You had some things you had to say about Billy Piper, right, Mikey?
Well, yeah, I think she and I are in agreement with that.
Yeah.
She, when I think of her, what comes to mind is, you know how people check the health of a horse by checking their teeth?
Yeah.
Stuff, that's what comes to mind.
Her lips, too. It's just like, gross.
Yeah, but I gotta tell you, honestly, I think I would have to pick her between, like, if the two of them were, like, in a club or something, I'd have to go after Piper over Maisie Williams. Because, I mean, because Maisie Williams, she's got that forehead that can knock you the fuck out, and I'm not into that look. It's like a fucking rhino forehead or something.
We unfortunately have that.
Right
Lisa, now we have that.
Well, I'm talking to Lisa like she's like secondhand here. Lisa, do you watch the show? Like your brother?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're familiar with who we're talking about, right?
Yep.
So who's your doctor? Are you like all into David Tennant?
No, I like Christopher Eccleston the best.
Oh, see, I love your sister already. She's got
Well, no, it's like, yeah, you think you hate on freaking David Tennant because all the fangirls like him, but no, that gives you a lower opinion of me when I come in, and that was honestly the first time I ever got into Doctor Who. Was
I like David Tennant. No, I was asking her because that's the go-to doctor everyone talks about in the new series.
Out of those guys, but
if you would have said Matt Smith, that's when I would have laughed.
The older guys, like I like Tom Baker and I like Sylvester McCoy.
When did you start getting into the show? Did you
Oh
start?
God, when he did, because he took over the television set, and I wasn't allowed to watch anything else.
So you were corrupted by your brother there at a younger age with that?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, run her through the ropes here, Joe. You know, we need to hear about favorite episodes, you know, what her favorite doctor is, you know, all that kind of stuff.
I think she liked Sylvester McCoy when they had the Camelot thing, the battlefield.
No, the Happiness Patrol.
The Happiness Patrol is your Candyman.
Favorite,
right.
Of course. Oh, I really like her now.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
We're big fans of Candyman.
Yeah.
Our favorite villain.
That was my favorite. But otherwise, before that, we loved Tom Baker was the one for us when we were growing up.
Yeah. He sent me that Tom Baker statue, Mike D, for my birthday.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you still have it next to your bedside?
It's right on my bed.
I'm sure.
You have to relate to it every night.
Right. Stares at me is like this. Right when I'm about to go to bed.
You bow down. You bow down before the brilliance that is Baker before turning in at night, Joe.
Yeah, that's right. The scarf. I always wanted one of those scarves too.
I just got the Eccleston one.
Yeah.
So I've got like 5 of them now.
I bought the little keychain, the Tom Baker keychain, like that big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the best.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You need to grow a fro, Joe. You need to have a fro.
A fro?
Yeah.
Afro my hair?
He had a fro. Why not?
Joe's hair's too straight for that.
Yeah, no. My hair's dying, first of all. So.
Why?
It's dying.
I don't know.
Stop going to that lady.
Too much gel growing up.
No, you still go to that lady Waffle, whatever her name is.
Waffle cuts my hair good, man. I like the way she cuts my hair. I go to Mario too sometimes.
Shout out to Waffle and Mario, whoever the hell those people are.
No, Mario. We had how many generations of Catholic Trusters go to?
He's senile now. Don't go to him anymore.
It's great.
Maybe you don't need to get your hair cut there anymore, Joe. If he's
like 95 now.
He did JoJo's hair.
Apparently I saw.
You get a 95 dude cutting your hair.
Good job on him.
No, he did a good job.
He did all right on him.
Yeah. She's a Walking Dead fan too.
I am.
Oh, the show I don't watch anymore?
Yeah.
I know. We were just talking about this. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna.
Weren't you pissed off about the hype and then nothing happened? Were you aware of all that, the build-up that they had?
They built up, like, they teased that Glenn was going to die, Daryl's going to die, Carol's going to die. Well, they kept building up like something's going to happen, and then nobody died in the finale.
Yeah, the producers were talking about that something big was going to happen. They were saying, have your Kleenexes handy, I guess.
They kept building it up the whole year, yeah.
Well, if they were talking to the more stupid audience, maybe but what demise of Rick's, mental state? I mean, is that what we're supposed to cry about? I don't know if I want to watch that.
Right.
Even him kissing that woman, and like all that last season. I mean, that was just stupid.
Right. He was in love all of a sudden.
Well, the thing is, they were really going over the top with selling it. It wasn't like a little comment here and there that kind of slipped out. Because I understand sales. I understand, like, the hook 'em in sort of mentality with things. But, I mean, they were really hammering people over the head with the fact that you were going to expect something big was going to happen, and it didn't.
Right, it fell flat.
I mean, I always call this, like, the Lost mentality, like how Lost was, like, this amazing show, and then all of a sudden, like, the last episode, everybody was like, what the fuck happened? Like, and this is getting to that point, and the same thing happened with True Blood, and the same thing happened with, all these other shows. It's like, I don't even know what they're doing with this guy right now.
I think that's a problem whenever you're getting a very popular show like that. The thing is, how do you, even if you have a really good season, how do you follow it up?
Well, you have to constantly change the story. I mean, that's what these shows like, these shows that are on for 10, 11, 12 seasons, like they change the momentum, but as far as his emotional breakdown, it's like people don't want to see that because we see that every day. Like, we don't give a shit what he's dealing with emotionally, Yeah. We want to see death and killing. That's what we want to see. We want to see people, zombies dying.
Sounds like a female version of me on here.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
But The Walking Dead, actually, you have to give them a little bit of props for the fact that they didn't play it safe with a lot of characters. They weren't afraid to kill them off, which I give them kudos for that. And, I mean, I wish Shane were still around, actually, in a way, because, Rick to me was always kind of like a little bit of a whiner. And I like the fact that... Yeah, and I like the fact that Shane wasn't like a quote-unquote like really good guy, but see, who really is? I mean, when you're living in a world like that, you're dealing with survival, and people want to affiliate themselves and hook themselves up with people who know how to survive. It's got to do with leadership, being an alpha, and getting fucking things done. And that's what...
Well, honestly, that's Carol.
Yeah, that's true. That is, yes.
Because she's the most emotionally detached out of everyone.
Don't you dare get me interested in watching the show again, Lisa, by the way.
Well, I want to see where she goes, what I mean? Like, that's the only thing that's holding me to it is her, because Daryl is another one, He's a whiny baby, Rick's a whiny baby, Glenn's a whiny baby.
Didn't they pussify Daryl with the whole crying thing?
Yeah, with the girl, with the girl.
Shit or whatever? Yeah.
He got drunk off, like, one glass, and she drank,
Who,
like, the
him
whole
and
bottle.
Beth?
Yeah.
With him and Beth? Yeah, with the moonshine? Yeah,
that was
seriously.
ridiculous. She's making him too soft if he's really dating her in real life. I mean, that's basically...
Whatever. All in all, it's like everyone should die but Carol.
Yeah, Carol really's a badass.
Making cookies and everything.
Carol really is the Daryl of the show.
Yeah.
Well, look, she saved him. She saved him in friggin' that place.
Yes, Daryl's not even the Daryl of the show. Carol's
Right,
the
she
Daryl of
just
the show.
kicked ass. She just took everybody, explosions, everything. And what she did to Tasha Yar.
Oh yeah, that was great. I was like, as soon as I saw her, I was like,
There's no vaccine and no Lieutenant Yar.
I was like, oh shit, it's Tasha Yar.
She's a Star Trek fan also, my sister.
Oh.
She grew up on that too. Next
Yeah.
Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, all that.
Look at the flowers, Lily. Or what was that line that she said?
Just look at the flowers. Yeah, look at the flowers.
What was the name of the character she was talking to?
Oh, Lee, who was it? That
Lily?
Girl?
Was it Lily?
No, look at the Max, not Maxie.
What was the name of the character?
What was the name of the one that died in Walking Dead?
I'm asking Sandra
What,
also.
the little girls?
The little girls, yeah. Look
I
at
don't
the
know, but I wanted to check
Lizzie,
myself.
the flowers, Lizzie.
Yeah.
Look at the flowers, yeah.
I
Hi,
don't
Jeanette.
know.
Hello.
She needs to die.
Jeanette, this is my sister, Lisa.
Hi. Hello.
Yes, yeah, Lizzie, look at the flowers. Yeah, that's what.
Lizzie, yes. Damn it, I
Yeah.
said Lily.
Yeah. Well,
What
Morgan, too, now. Morgan's back. He's like Zen Ninja. Right?
Who? Oh yeah,
Morgan?
I don't know what's going on with that.
Like a ninja, like
Well,
almost like Zen.
I thought he got arrested.
Who? No, that's the priest you're talking about.
Well,
The priest got arrested for DWI. And I know. And then the other guy, no, it is funny. And then they had the other guy, who was it, Tyrese Lee? He was on the subway. He's like, I want Walking Dead! He's like screaming in the subway.
Why you gotta say Tyrese for, Joe?
Tyrese, yeah.
Is that his real name?
Well, from Walking Dead. What's his name? Yeah. No, that's not his real name. That's his character's name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy with the beanie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he's
I don't-
crazy. But
All I know is that guy's back. The guy from that
He's
he
a
helped
Morgan.
Rick,
right,
right?
Morgan.
What do you want? Yeah. Yes.
who's that? Chad Coleman that played Tyrese? Isn't that his name?
I don't know.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah, something about him. Now, do you watch Walking Dead, right, Danette?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Okay.
loves Walking Dead. Lisa watches Penny Dreadful. You don't watch that, though, right? Not yet. Might do,
I haven't
right?
seen that yet.
You should.
No, I haven't. I'm a huge horror fan, and
Good
She is too, actually.
I'm an Ava Green fan.
I gotta
Yeah.
say, though, I don't like Vanessa Ives. I must be like the only person that doesn't
Oh my
like.
God.
I don't
my
know.
God. They
I know
sent me Vanessa Ives' notebook for crying out loud for having Showtime. Fios.
I don't like it.
I
I don't
love
like
that.
I
Who
like
is
the
Vanessa
but I
Ives?
just don't like her.
Vanessa Ives is Eva Green.
Oh, that's her character on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she just seems dirty, like, you know?
Yeah, I know.
She seems like she smells. I don't know.
No, we don't want that. No.
I don't know. I'm like, ew. Every time she talks, I'm like, ooh, there's got to be something funky.
Oh my God.
I
We
don't
don't
know.
want that. No. She was fine in Casino Royale.
Yeah.
I can't vouch for her in this series. So.
Yeah, Lee, you're a Bond
I
fan
didn't see
also.
that Sin City too, because I know she was in that.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that.
You're a Bond fan too, Lee. Right?
What?
You're into Bond too, right?
Who?
James Bond. You like James Bond movies, right?
I like James Bond.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm really into right now?
What?
That I watched like 3 times? Prometheus, because like the other one's coming out.
Oh yeah, the movie. Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
watched that like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched it like the other day again, and I'm like, oh my god, there's so many like things about this movie I have to keep watching it to like figure it out.
Right.
You know, because it's like the evolution of the alien when it like mixed with the engineers, and then when it, I mean, it's just like then it became the black alien, like the one that we know.
Right.
No, you gotta watch it again, Joe.
Yeah.
You gotta make another show about just that.
Prometheus. Well, yeah, that would be a long show. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's the
Especially since Sigourney Weaver's coming back to Aliens now.
yeah, I don't know about that.
But with Neil Botenkamp or whatever the guy does District 9, I guess he's doing it.
No, but in Prometheus,
Yeah.
Mike Fassbender
Yeah.
played like a robot, like
I know.
Bishop.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
David, right?
Yes, David.
Oh my God! Like if there was an award, if anyone could get an award for a science fiction movie, like an Academy Award for, he would have got it. It was so good. He was
Right.
so good in this movie.
He's good as Magneto also.
Oh my God, he's my favorite.
Amazing. Magneto, and he's gonna be Assassin's Creed also.
He's in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. That's gonna be good too.
Yeah. Any movie he's in, really, he's a good actor. But in this Prometheus, though, like, you know, it was about, like, he was offended that his creator said he didn't have a soul, and then he, like, made that person drink the stuff, and then it
Oh, that was
impregnated
great.
him, and then, remember that?
How about her, man? She got the baby out of her and just walking
It
around.
escalated, right?
I'm like,
You know? And then there's all these, like, points in it. She said to the machine, not like abortion, she said cesarean, and it like took it out. Like, it's just clues, you know, like just easy, like religious things in there and stuff. You gotta really watch it like a bunch of times.
So basically, her character was like the Mary, if you will.
Yes.
For the virgin birth of the xenomorph alien that we know now, yeah, which is interesting. And there's a lot of allusion to things in that.
Yeah.
A very
There's
deep
so
sort of
many
film.
Jesus references, like, you know, there was a couple of articles that I read that said maybe the first guy that came, you know, was Jesus, and they crucified him, and now they're coming back, and they're just like, we want to wipe the earth out because people were just animals, you know? I mean, maybe that's one of the reasons why, and one of the reasons why humans reacted to the aliens and those guys didn't react to the aliens. That's why all the black stuff happening and everything, and because of our selfish nature.
I hope they realize that with the sequel that film should be about story, just like the first film, and not about we're just going to like make an action film based around the first film, which you know was actually story.
it's totally not the aliens that are going to be in it. They're totally out of the picture. It's evolved into.
It's set before that. You know, it's
but it's going to be their own.
That's what it
thing.
evolves into.
Yeah.
That's what it evolves into. But this is before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then growing up, she was also into horror too.
Who?
Mike T, why don't you ask her like if your horror movies are her horror movies, like if your favorites?
Actually, I was about to ask her what her top 5 favorite films are.
Horror. Yeah.
No, period.
Oh, period.
Oh, period. Okay. All right. Let's see. I Am Legend is one of my favorites, hands down.
The Will Smith version of that story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that movie. Prometheus was another one because it just blows my mind. A Clockwork Orange. What else? Trying to think. 28 Days Later I liked.
Do you like Dawn of the Dead and like Night of the Living Dead, stuff like that, the zombie ones before?
Like the original Night of Living Dead I liked.
One of them all too?
The what?
Yeah, not the remakes. The original.
No. The original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, the original.
Friday the 13th Part 4.
Yeah, I know. We love that.
Right?
Yeah, that's our favorite. Yeah.
What else? You know, I don't like any of these new like Paranormal Activity crap. You know, I can't get into those things.
Yeah.
You know, I'm the one in the theater like, all right, when is this going to be over? You know?
Oh, sound like Godfather. The Godfather's coming.
No, I can't really say that like it's one of my favorites.
Oh, Godfather 1 and 2.
Because it's you know.
Back to the Future, I like all that stuff too.
That I like.
Actually, Goodfellas is great.
Yeah.
The Labyrinth, I love that movie.
Yes.
And,
Willow, that's like one of my favorites.
Joe was just talking about they're remaking Scarface.
Yeah, Leo
Sure.
DiCaprio. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
That sounds really kind of tacky, doesn't it? Putting him in that, or you've been doing that, right?
It's like one thing to remake a lesser-known film. Like, if you want to remake a superhero film, that's fine. But we're talking about a classic here.
Well, why would they remake it? I just don't get it. Can't they come up with something themselves? Like True Detective. I don't know if anybody watches that, but
You're asking this about Hollywood, right?
like
Yeah,
Vince
True-
Vaughn, like as a mobster, like he plays a great. I mean, everybody's slamming him. You know, like critics are slamming him as far as like a mobster goes, but like his character as a mobster is like amazing. You know,
I haven't watched this season, but I guess like my mentality is you're talking about how he's a mobster. I think a lot of people have this Americanized version of what a mobster is supposed to look like and be like, and
Right.
it's not Vince Vaughn. But I like Vince Vaughn as a character, or as an actor, I should say. So his characters he plays are really good. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, he's really good in it. You know, really convincing. Like nailed it as far as I'm concerned. And Colin Farrell, honestly, like they beat this whole season up. I mean, last season was amazing, but
Yes.
the season up. But so far, I didn't see the season finale yet. I'm right behind that, but so far, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, the first season's excellent. I
Yeah.
saw that the whole way through. That's great.
And you're happy about Constantine and Arrow.
Oh yeah, Constantine on Arrow. They should have never canceled Constantine.
And they have a really good way of introducing that too. Because now that if you've seen the promo for Legends of Tomorrow,
Yep,
you know that Sarah's coming back,
yep.
and that would be through the Lazarus Pit. And the producers of Arrow and Stephen Amell said that would be a great way to bring Constantine in is through the Lazarus Pit and those supernatural, because that's the one supernatural force in this show that we've seen so far.
Absolutely.
I think this is just a test for now. The CW is kind of testing the waters and just going like, okay, should we bring him back? Okay, let's try it for one episode. If the fans
And
want
if
him,
people go nuts, then they could bring Constantine back on the CW.
What about Constantine? Constantine, the show was an amazing show. I really don't get how that show was ever canceled because there is crap on TV.
I don't
Yeah.
think they really knew what to do with the character. I think that was the problem.
That show seems like it would fit better like with Daredevil on Netflix. Where they
Absolutely,
can have
I
two
agree.
do what they want to do.
But it's
I
not
agree.
like DC can put that on Netflix right now. I mean, they could. It probably just wouldn't be as successful.
Well, if they got the rights to do it in Arrow, then they could do a series.
Well, did anybody see Hemlock Grove on Netflix?
No.
No.
I saw like the first.
I mean, it was kind of like a horror-esque type show. There was werewolves involved and vampires involved and different types of things. I saw the first season. I didn't really dabble into the second season.
Right.
But I got to tell you, if Constantine would have been on Netflix, that would have been successful because, you know, shows like that, there's really, I mean, I believe it or not, I know it sounds corny, but I just started getting into Supernatural. Back in the day, like, I thought it was just, like, corny and, like, these tool bags, like, you know, with, like, Zoolander duck faces, like, you know. But I'm, like, on season 5 now. Like, this summer, I'm, like, stuck in my house.
I'm like you. I thought that the show was like for teeny boppers or something, and it was one of the shows that
I thought it was like One Tree Hill with like, you know, supernatural tendencies. But I mean, now it's season 5. I mean, the show is really good, but Constantine blew it away. Like, and I don't understand why they would, you know, do what they did with that.
And also, we were talking off here about Gem and the Holograms because my
Oh,
sister.
Don't even get me started on that.
That's it. Don't even get me started with that.
Well,
Don't even.
the girls want to see it, but you don't want to go see that movie now, right?
Well, they want to see it because they, in their, you know, young minds, they think that maybe it will have glimpses of what Gem and the Holograms actually is, but there's nothing. There's
Nothing.
nothing of what it is in that movie at all, you know, and I won't even pay to see it, to be honest with you.
Right.
I won't.
I remember that cartoon. I didn't bother with it because G.I. Joe came on right after it.
Right.
And
But my
was
sister,
much
I didn't even know. My sister was telling me that that's Marvel. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Stan Lee did that too. Gem and the
Part of-
Holograms.
It was part of the Marvel Comics group. It said at the, you know, on the show, and it said that,
Go Stan Lee.
yeah.
He did everything really. Yeah.
But you know, it's probably the same people that made the Fantastic Four that's going to make the movie. So.
Oh God. The thing doesn't wear pants.
I am strongly disagreeing with you on one thing, Joe. I don't think we're going to get a sequel because they're not going to try and invest.
They just announced it today. We're getting a Fantastic Four sequel, regardless. I just saw it today. That's why I made a video this morning. They announced it. They said the hell with it. They're going to head with it. That's why I called it the Ego sequel, because they just won't admit they're wrong, and they have to put another one out. So, I mean, one, you got Thing without pants.
We get to see the Thing's pee-pee bump.
Yeah, it's more of a pebble than a rock from what I hear.
Oh, and you got African-American Human Torch. You know, wasn't happy with that.
Let's not get racist now, right?
I'm not getting racist. I'm not.
Right.
Come on, we had James, who's African-American, on here, and he said, yo, Human Torch is white. So, like, he wasn't happy with it either. So,
all right.
Yeah, we're not racist here. No.
It sucks. And Mr. Fantastic, the guy, is like a disgraziad.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
I know.
That doesn't sound good, whatever that is.
Disgraziad, yeah.
Disgraziade is a disgrace in Italian.
Yeah. Basically.
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Danette, are you a big fan of the superhero films?
Yeah, most of them.
Did you see Daredevil? What are your thoughts on that? Like, everybody, actually. Well, I know, like, David and Joe and I talked about Daredevil already, but for the ladies here.
Oh, I like Daredevil. I thought it was really good.
You mean versus the TV show versus the movie?
Oh, yeah, the TV show. Forget that movie.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
Before I forget, we may have possibly just got our first look at the Spider-Man costume. At the home
gosh.
Anyway.
Jesus.
What is that?
What is
That's
that?
like the one that he wears when he fights the wrestler, I guess.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
Or whatever. Oh, God.
This is a teenager, and also he said, can you listen, please? Thank you. He's going to have multiple...
My sister knows when it comes to Spider-Man how serious I get.
He could have up 2 to 3 costumes in Civil War. He's going to have this one, where it's very much the homemade kind. We're going to see the classic, and there may be a chance we get to see the Iron Spider costume.
Yeah, I guess he turns he's on Iron Man's side, but then he turns on Iron Man for Cap.
I don't know about anybody else, but when I go to the movies, it costs $14 for a person.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you, we saw how many Spider-Man movies already?
Right.
I got to see it all over again. How it starts all over again.
Yeah.
How do I see it?
No origin.
There's no origin. He just goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, literally, by the time Civil War comes around, he's already been Spider-Man for a few months.
Yeah. Civil War, Captain America 3. They're going to have everybody fighting everybody. Z! Hi, Zoe.
She says, "Bees."
What's up?
Say what's up.
Hi.
Hi, what's going on?
Hello.
Say hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi.
What shows do you like?
What's your favorite superhero? The Flash. She likes the Flash.
Yeah?
Flash is good.
Mm-hmm.
Flash is awesome.
Right?
Cool. You like Arrow?
Yeah.
She loves Arrow.
Cool.
Oh, did you see Stephen Amell on Raw last night?
I saw.
Oh my
I watched.
God.
I watched it too.
You know it's scripted. I know it is.
It's scripted. Yeah, we know
But-
it's scripted.
My God, I come on. I think we'd all be lying if we weren't smiling when he tackled that jerk to the mat and just started pounding on his face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it looks so fake though.
I know. I don't care. It's so fun. I don't. Look, here's the thing. Yes, I know it's fake. It's still entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
It's not what it used to be.
Oh, not like back in the day, no.
No, I mean, we used to go, my brother and I, my father used to take us to wrestling matches and stuff.
Myself,
It was so different then. So
Yeah.
different.
We used to go to Farrell High School.
I'm sure it's going to be
Remember
great.
they had Ultimate Warrior.
Like right this second. I thought it was going to take you an hour or so to make that.
Ultimate Warrior was fighting Farrell High School.
Come socialize.
And
Andre
at
the
Fuji and Saito in Newt High School. And Jimmy Superfly Snooker.
Yep.
Strongbone. Yep.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about when we were kids.
For a moment there.
My father took us to wrestling when we were kids.
When we were kids.
We used to go to the high schools when WWF used to be in the high schools before they got too big.
Yep.
And then like we met a lot of we got to see a lot of wrestlers and then
when we went to your dad sounded like a fucking cool guy. You talked to me about him in the past and stuff. We were talking about how your dad didn't put up with some bullshit and stuff like that. I like that.
No.
He took care.
We would be in a supermarket. He'd be like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" Like
somebody hit his cart. Right. Somebody hit the shopping cart and it was gone. He threw the shopping cart, remember, Lee?
Yeah.
You were telling me some story. You were telling me some story about something that happened. I forget exactly what the circumstance was, but I thought that was really funny.
Where did he take us? He took us to the tack room and like somebody was being a jerk to him and he's like oh, he had somebody stay with us at the table.
Yeah.
He was beating the guy up in the corner and all right, let's go. That was great. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was like, "Hey, loan shark, watch my kid."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was cool, man. My dad didn't take no crap.
You got to set people straight sometimes, That's
my dad, somebody hit my dad with an umbrella, right? Remember that story? Mom used to tell us? And when he was going to work, somebody kept hitting him with an umbrella.
Like bumping into him?
And he wound up dueling the guy in the city. Like, actually dueling them with the umbrellas, and they were, like, going to be late for work.
Dueling umbrellas.
Yeah. I remember that time that someone tried to mug him.
Yeah.
That was a mistake, right?
Well, he embedded the guy, his freaking ring in the guy's forehead, right? Didn't he try to, like...
Yeah, the guy had JC in his forehead.
and he stuck his head in the toilet, right? I think he was like...
That was when the guy when he was someplace with Mommy, and he had to go to the bathroom, and he put his jacket on the chair and went to the bathroom, and then when he came out, the jacket was gone, and some guy was wearing his jacket.
Right.
And he took the guy, and he's like, "Come on, guy, let's go in the bathroom."
I like your jacket. No, he's like, "I like your jacket. It's great."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the jacket,
you
right?
Like that? You like the jacket?
He goes in the bathroom with the guy, and he was like drowning him in the toilet bowl.
Yeah, beat the shit out of him. He's like, "That's my jacket." Yeah, that's my father. Yeah, didn't take shit.
Yeah.
Anybody, even a lady hit him with the shopping cart. He threw the shopping cart at her. Right? He was like, chucked it.
Nowadays, you can't do that.
Even Monsignor Gaffney said stuff like pissed him off. Remember that? On the phone, he got mad with Monsignor Gaffney. Oh, he didn't care who you were. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't care.
God rest his soul.
Yeah, but those times were different. Nowadays, everybody sues. Everybody,
right.
Can't do anything anymore.
It's all PC bullshit.
Yeah, and it's a lot different times. This stuff that happens today would never happen back then.
No.
They'd be like legs broken, arms broken.
But that's the problem with this world today. Some people need to get the shit kicked out.
Exactly.
Yep. And
exactly.
we got a topic wonders coming up. I can hear already, right?
Yeah. No, some of them need to sleep with the fishes, whatever. Forget it. Yeah. That's it, man. That's the only way they learn.
Why can't you just have somebody beat somebody up for you now?
Right. It can't happen no more. Before it was like I was all right.
Oh, that does happen.
It happens. Everybody gets caught. It's like there's no reason to do it.
I'll never forget when I was little that time, and I saw a limo for the first time. I think I was like 4 going on 5. And it was in front of the house, and I was like, asked Mommy what that was. I'd never seen a car that big. And of course, to see that back then, something was going down. The only person rode in limos were like mobsters or whatever, or a celebrity. So it was sitting right across the street. And I remember my father was telling me that I actually saw him go in and sit in there. My Mommy pulled me away from the window. But he told me later on that these guys were waiting for somebody. He went in and he recognized all of them. He went to the limo. He's like, "Hey, what's up? What are you doing?" You're like, "Yeah, you see this guy over here? we're gonna fucking kill this guy, or whatever. And the guy's like, he's like, who made you come after me? Like, all this, the neighbor there, like, you know, the guy over there, the neighbor. Whenever you parked on the block in front of somebody's house, there was like a big thing, you know. So for some reason, the neighbor didn't like my father, and he thought who the hell he was. So he was gonna have somebody take care of my father, but my father knew everybody. So when they found out that he was best friends with those guys, they said, this asshole, you know, like, was gonna have us beat you up. So then they wound up making that guy, like, they beat the living crap out of the other guy instead of my father. But it was just amazing back in the day how things were. The good old days.
Now all you got to do is just post your feelings on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know? Give a couple of devil emojis, and that's like kicking somebody's ass.
I know.
Well, see, I live by that credo of handling things in such a fashion, you know, when it comes to certain circumstances. But a lot of times now, like you guys are talking about, you know, people want to be so diplomatic about things, and people don't realize being diplomatic does not get things done sometimes because people do not fucking get it.
Right.
And people, they step out of line. They do really crazy shit, and it's just it's one of those things where you don't want to be a dick to people, but if people are going to be a certain way about things, there comes a time where people have to step in and go, no, you're done with this shit, you know?
Right.
Well, that's how we were raised, you know, and it comes down to this. Like, we don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Like, you know, if you don't like it, fuck you. Like, who cares? You know?
No, I'm talking about people screwing with, like, friends and family and stuff like that. I mean, not like bravado, not like, you know, stuff like that. You can laugh that off because it's just people running their mouths about shit. But, you know, like, I'm talking about people, like, making threats to, like, friends or family or like, harassing friends or family, people who are nice people and are better than lowering themselves to the ilk that the people who are harassing them are.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like it gets to a point where you have to just go, you know what, enough's enough, stop this shit.
Right. Oh, yeah. Face it head on. I mean, it's not going to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. I agree.
Yeah. Some people
like the kid on my friggin' lawn with the scream mask that time.
Oh, forget it. I would have flipped out. I would have ran down there in 2 seconds.
What was this?
I would have been right in that guy's face. 2 minutes.
There's this kid, like, I don't know, he was like a teenager or whatever. First it started off as a ring and run. Now, I used to do that. I mean, I used to take people's lawn decorations and switch them with other people's. I mean, I did that, all right? So I was like, at first I was like, oh, okay, it's a ring and run, you know?
Right.
And then it happened again and it happened again. Like, I have 2 little girls, so whatever. So one day my neighbor calls and she's like, that kid is in your yard and he's wearing a scream mask. And I was like, really? And I was like on my way down the block. So I see him. Now I have this like big grassy area behind my house. So I see him sitting there like looking at the back of my house. So I have a Jeep, so I take my car and I just go in the grass like after the kid. And I just go in there.
Yeah.
My kids screaming, they're like, Mom, you're crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this fuck, you know, like whatever. So, long story short, I ended up calling the cops, and they came and they took the kid away, and I installed cameras and all this other crap, and I never had a problem after that. But you know, what if I didn't do that? He would have came back again, right? If I didn't see him go with the police, if I didn't make sure that I saw that, you know.
Yeah.
So you gotta do what you gotta do, you know.
We don't tolerate that.
But I have a baseball bat at my door, you know, whatever.
Yeah, no. People really don't know. We don't tolerate stuff like that.
No. And I live, you know, where I live, it's like the country kind of, you know, and it's different from when you live in New York, you know. Like I live in a rural part of New Jersey, and you know, it's like. I think this kid just thought that I was going to be scared, you know, and I was like, no, I'm going to run you over with my truck, like, you know.
Well, people used to think I was crazy when I worked in Family Dollar in Port Richmond. I didn't take no shit. And then the guy's like, listen, you're going to want him dead. Not here. Don't, like, you know, don't be a hero. Don't go after
You got to pick your battles, for sure.
I just did it. Yeah, no. I would have been dead if I was still
You
there.
know, I had 2 kids, and I had 2 kids in the car, and I was not. I told
Not
the
having
police,
it.
like, don't lose sight of him, and I was like, listen. I told the police right on the phone. I was like, if he comes towards me, I'm running him over. You need to get here now,
Yeah.
or else he's gonna be like baloney on the friggin' street.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't. That's it. You don't play.
No. Not when you have kids. No way.
No. Same thing here. I'm very protective too.
Yeah.
I don't tolerate anything with that stuff. So. Anyway.
God help, and nowadays it's all about bullying and shit. I hope
Yeah.
it happens to my kids, because I swear.
Right. Oh no. Connor.
Hello.
What's up, Connor?
Connor's here, all right.
Yeah. Meet my sister, Lisa.
Hi.
The Matrix sis.
Yeah, okay. Matrix, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I like those movies, but now when you watch them again, they're like so hokey, right?
Matrix movies, yeah.
No, you call it the Matrix last.
What?
Nothing.
Nah, that didn't work, dude. That joke didn't work, whatever it was. No.
I'm just gonna go die in a corner now.
Keanu Reeves.
Connor, where you been?
I have been getting my beauty sleep.
All right.
That's very important for someone of my stature.
Yeah.
I thought you and Hannah had the house to yourselves this week.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, I thought there'd be some like partying going on over there or something.
No, actually, I've banned that for this week, so
Oh, cool.
I'm laying down the law.
We were just talking about many different subjects and movies. And stuff.
We were just talking about how Jacob said you're a fucking asshole.
Well, that guy is a pussy.
Right.
I mean, as you know, we got him on a Who show, and
Yeah, I know. I heard. That's the biggest troll idiot. Right. Whatever. Yeah.
He was like a choked up kitten. He didn't talk.
Choked up kitten. That's a new one.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He didn't
The
talk.
funny thing is, in his apology video, he's still trying to keep up the illusion that the Woody's Roundup channel is not him. I'm like,
Yeah, he took the Woody doll and he's talking as the Woody doll, like, I hate Matrix Lord, and like,
Lisa, if you're not aware, there are some people in this community that are really fucked in the head.
They are messed up.
I heard.
There are grown men who play with My Little Ponies.
I
There
heard.
are like people. There are people who like are grown men who like make videos with puppets.
right.
And
I heard
like,
about those
talk shit
too.
about people. And it's like, can you imagine how sad these people's lives are? I mean, holy shit.
I want to make a show with puppets. Like, not a bad one, though.
Right, a good puppet. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, you could probably maintain a healthy relationship. They can't.
They think they're the puppet,
They've
right?
never had a girlfriend. They don't know what that means.
Oh, that's not cool.
Nah.
They just have Pamela and her 5 sisters, right?
No, I think actually she
Oh.
turned them down. She turned them down. That's the problem.
There's a snake in my boot.
Their own palms have turned them.
August.
That's how sad they are.
That's,
Oh.
Let me ask Lisa something. Lisa, like if a guy came to you and said that they were into My Little Pony, what would you think of like a 35 to 40-year-old guy at age bracket that was into My Little Pony? You know, thought My Little Pony cartoons were cool and all that shit. But I mean, and bought the dolls. Would that be some guy that like you would like if some guy? I don't know your relationship status, but I mean, if you were like out on the market, so to speak, like dating, and like if you were like vetting men as a boyfriend and some guy like dropped on you that he was into My Little Pony, what would you think of that?
we obviously never heard of Santo, right?
Oh.
My husband, okay, I've been with my husband since I'm 18 years old. It's a long time.
Okay.
He's a weirdo. I swear.
He's not into My Little Pony, right?
But I love it. No, he doesn't like My Little Ponies, but he likes dolls. He likes like taking pictures of dolls.
Oh.
On your mic.
Uh-oh.
I think it's fun. I think it's fun.
Nice.
No, but he's
Taking
weird,
pictures.
but I like that about him.
Yeah. But
As
he
far
doesn't
as
like.
he goes, I mean, listen, nowadays, look at Target. They're gender neutral now, and there's no
Oh,
boys'
for
toys
Christ's
and
sake.
girls' toys, and everybody's all the same. So buckle up, guys, because the world that we're headed for is just going to be a fucking hot mess.
I gotta tell you, I'd be a little bit leery of a guy.
Me and Cheryl went to Target. And I didn't
Barbie
understand. There was a whole gay section. I'm like, what the heck? There was a gay section, a neutral section. I'm like, oh my god.
And I'm in Target daily, okay? I love Target. They probably have all of my money, as far as I'm concerned, because I
Right.
shop there all the time. But if I walk into Target next week and shit's confusing, I'm not going back.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that with the mixture
I'm not
of.
going back.
You can have bras and suits next to each other, which
No.
is like dogs and cats. That's not
No.
really. Yeah.
I mean, if it's just the toys, I don't give a shit. But if it's like clothes and shit, then it's going to be like TJ Maxx, and I don't even want to tempt that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
No. No. But as far as Bruce Jenner goes, like, good for him, but he's changing everything now.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Like what I want to know is, okay, look, I'm all about gender neutral people, whatever, like transgender, whatever, but what is the percentage of that to normal people, and why should the normal people have to suffer?
Right.
Right.
Well, the thing with like Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, whatever you want to call that particular individual, that the whole thing with that is I don't really give a fuck one way or the other about that person because I don't know them. They don't affect my life in any way.
They do if they start changing stores up and shit, and then you go in there and you're like,
I don't have
like,
kids.
where's
I don't
the
have
shit?
kids. I don't have kids. It's not going to affect me. I don't fucking care.
Right.
I can go in Target and I'm not going to have to worry about like going in the toy section because I'm a grown man. I'm not going to have
But
to
the
worry about like.
clothing is mixed though now, right?
Wow.
Hey,
Clothing.
the day Mike D wears a dress,
Right.
it's done. You can officially call it done. That's not going to happen.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you though that the stuff with the My Little Pony shit. I mean, like if you've got kids, right, Lisa?
Yeah, two
Obviously, right?
girls.
Yeah. I mean, if you had a guy that's going to be a babysitter for you, and he was like a 40-year-old guy, and he's like all into My Little Pony and
Rainbow Bright and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's kind of a red flag,
first
isn't
of
it?
all, I'm a paranoid person, and I would never have a babysitter man anyway with my kids. But
Right.
aside
Right.
from that, like, my kids like Arrow and the Flash. Like,
But that's not a Little Pony
but,
thing.
I mean, they're
Right.
not growing. They're not growing beards and saying, "Hey, let's wear polo shirts and cargo pants." But they like those things too. So as far as toys go, like, I don't know. I mean, My Little Pony, there's this whole dynamic now. It's like supposedly like Pokemon or something.
Well, he's
Like there's these boy ponies
That's
and
still creepy.
girl ponies.
That's still creepy because I got to tell you, like, I'm 40, and maybe like it's my generational thing, but you have people that like if I had kids and I had some guy that came over that was going to babysit my kids, and they were really like hyper Sesame Street fans, collected the puppets, the dolls, and all that stuff, I would think they're a little bit creepy.
Well,
That's
if you
just me.
had-
Maybe I'm fucked up. I don't know.
Honestly, if you had children, you wouldn't have a man babysitting them to begin with.
Well, then what's wrong with having a guy? That seems a little sexist, right?
No, I wouldn't.
You're open to Caitlyn Jenner, but not a
No,
guy
I'm not open. I
babysitter.
never said I was open to him. He could do whatever the hell he wants, but I would never have a man babysit my kids. I would never.
You have two girls, so I mean that's yeah.
Yeah, no, I would never. I mean, honestly, and even if I wouldn't even have a regular babysitter babysit my kids. It would have to either be my sister-in-law or somebody like that. Like,
And I
would
agree
never
with that.
be
I agree with that completely. If I
Yeah.
did, that's exactly the way I would think. I'm just saying like that if one chose a babysitter, to have,
Yeah.
including their immediate family.
And those people are just asking for shit. Then those people are just asking for trouble.
Yeah,
That's-
they,
Right.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
yeah, I mean, like, the thing is, this kind of problem where you got the politically correct people messing with, like, how...
Well, I don't like that politically correct shit either.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
fuck that.
like,
Everything offends everybody.
I was...
There should be no. There's no such thing as offended. I mean, like, so fucking what? Somebody's offended by
Right.
something? I mean, like, get over it. Grow the fuck up. Get a pair of balls. I mean, seriously, like, offended?
Well, like, gamers have been dealing with that. We've been dealing with that for the past, like, year and a half, where we're all fine. It's pretty much, we've got more female gamers than male gamers, and then all of a sudden we got a female critic of games basically saying, oh, yeah, you know all these games you love? Well, they're sexist, and I don't like them, so I'm going to try to get them, make the industry change to suit my standards.
Why you don't think it should be equal?
No, they should be equal, and I'm all for having strong female protagonists in games. Hell, the new Lara Croft Tomb Raider reboot was one of the best games I've ever played because it had a realistic portrayal of a woman. But the fact that there was a scene where she was shipwrecked on an island, captured by the people who inhabited this island, who, in defense, were absolutely batshit insane, and there was an almost rape scene. It wasn't a rape scene because she shot the guy in the head, by the way. But everyone says now that is sexist against women, promotes violence against women, and they're doing some of this, like, ass-backwards arguments that make
People are really hypersensitive about the stupidest shit these days.
They are.
It's like they're feigning offense. They have to look for some reason to be offended by shit. Like, you know, live your life.
It's mostly minorities that are offended by everything. But if you want to get technical, I mean, look at all these games like, for instance, Street Fighter, like these old school games. Like, you know, there's like how many girls to how many guys that you could choose to be, right?
But then you have the other end of the spectrum where people are complaining about, say, Batman Arkham Knight because you have to save Oracle, who is in a wheelchair, who got taken by the Arkham Knight. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know someone in a wheelchair could fight a 6-foot
people just
armored man. And then they're like, oh, why do you have to go save Catwoman? Well, maybe it's because it has something to do with the bomb that's attached to her neck, that if she tries to take it off, it explodes. I'm sorry.
The whole idea is like, why is the bomb on her neck, right? Like, then people are like,
it's gonna be the guy's neck, man.
Yeah, we can't have Superman rescue Lois Lane because Lois is like, you know, hey, can I not, like, defend myself? Like, what do you think, Superman?
She should just die, okay? She should just die.
Well, the thing is, people who make that argument...
She learned to save herself.
People who make that argument against Arkham Knight forget to take into account that there are 3 different times, almost equal amount to more times, where you have to save a male character in distress.
Listen, in the comic books, after a while, Aunt May kicked Mysterio's ass. Okay? And Mary Jane wasn't taking crap either. She's not going to wait for Peter to get home and Spider-Man save her. They just, like, took matters to their own hands. That's it. So, I don't believe
it. And look at Walking Dead we were talking about, like Lisa and I were talking about. Carol, she's the badass of the whole show.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Except these people don't want it to be equal, like, oh, we can have badass females and we can have badass...
Just gotta have fun and do what you gotta do. Don't worry about anybody's opinion. That's
Joe,
it.
I gotta bounce.
All right.
All right.
Yes.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.
Peace
Nice
out.
meeting everyone.
Later.
Bye.
This is why I can't wait for when Suicide Squad comes out, when we get to look into that abusive relationship between Joker and Harley, and wait to see how many people complain.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's going to be a lot of people, because that's the thing. That's the whole thing about the relationship.
David, I'm offended that you would even bring that up. I can't believe
I don't give a shit.
Right.
I'm offended by your lack of intelligence.
Your lack of faith disturbs me.
Right.
I'm offended that Connor said that about me feigning offense to
The
being
opinions of this person do not necessarily reflect that of cast members.
Oh, shush.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, when I grew up and I was a little kid, I remember actually watching the episode Mad Love from Batman the Animated Series, which was the origin of Harley Quinn.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it was really interesting at a young age where I actually asked my friends, I'm like, why does she keep going back? When, like, I mean, there's a scene where he knocks her out a window, basically puts her in critical condition, and when she's like, oh, I am done with him, and then she looks to the side and sees a flower from him, and she's like, oh, wrapped around his finger again.
She's in love.
Well,
Mad
that's
Love.
always, that is, yeah, I mean,
That's what the title was called, Mad Love, right?
yeah, yeah, plus it's the only episode where you'll find Mark Hamill's Joker making a Star Wars joke.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm a little interested to see how they portray that relationship, especially
Right.
since Harley and the Joker are not going to be together, but I guarantee you there are going to be loads of people going on Twitter and being like, how dare you make this? I am offended.
Oh, everybody's offended. Any little thing we say on here, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
we have to deal with certain different people. Just
Well,
they get mad and they make hate videos. Whatever.
But those
Please.
are the people who ran Joss Whedon off of
Let's just have fun and talk about Doctor Who and other shows. And you could exist, God bless you, and you could exist, God bless you, and even you. And that's it. Have fun, man. That's what I say.
pointed to my dog. He can exist?
Live and let live. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, guys. On that note, that's it for tonight. Take care. Bye for now.